Well, it's a rainy Sunday afternoon here in the Rhondda Valleys, and I'm heading down to a building which is known locally as the Coffin. Let's hope there's no dead bodies in there today though, because I've come to look at the local vegetable and flower show. Turns out I'm about 20 minutes early, so we're going to have to wait. That's one of the issues with Sunday in the valleys. There's only one bus every hour. So if I hadn't caught the 1 o'clock, obviously we'd have to wait till 2. And I like to get in early for the videos when there's not too many people there. So we'll just have to wait. I'm feeling quite tired today. I didn't wake up till 10:30, which is unheard of. There's a internet, internet chat show that I like to watch, which is on every night, but on a Saturday it doesn't start till 11 o'clock, and last night it didn't finish till 12:30, so I was very late to bed. But it'll be a joy to go and look in. I'm starting to get that bit between my teeth, that bit of enthusiasm for growing veg again. So last night I not only ordered my daffodils and tulips, I also ordered some vegetable seeds that can be sown in September, so I'm looking forward to them. I've got some compost turning up, but I was thinking last night, I haven't grown veg for so many years now that I feel a bit out of the loop on what are the best composts to buy. So I was looking online and I've taken some advice from people. So I've ordered a seed sowing compost and then just a normal multi-purpose compost. And they should all be arriving by Tuesday. So by next weekend, hopefully, we'll be able to start sowing seeds. And once we have some fine weather, because the problem is, I don't mind being in the garden in the rain and doing the weeding in the rain, but then I can't film it because of the cameras. So I'm hoping for a fine day where I can really get down, arse up, elbows down, and get on and do a bit of weeding. I hope there's a cup of tea in this hall after this waiting.
6-1 tapper set.
That's it.
Sean Cameron.
Sean, you're in business. You can cut your bread on that.
Thank you.
Just got home, just as the rain was starting. I was waiting for the bus and a friend from the gardening club passed, so he gave me a lift home. Well, what do you think to that then? Because I don't normally win raffle prizes, but I won this thing at the raffle. Now, you know me, I can't stand cheese, and look what I've won. Beautiful. So maybe that will be a Christmas gift for somebody this year. I had a very interesting chat to one of the growers there, but unfortunately I didn't get his name. And when we were having a chat, somebody came and had to take him off because his car was blocking somebody else. But on the way out, he said, I'll contact you through Facebook. So if you are watching, please do that. And I'll come down to your garden. Maybe we'll make a small film. Because he gave me these on the way out. He said, have these. And you know, I could do with a parsnip. The smell is absolutely gorgeous. And look how long they are. And I would love to try and grow something like this. You need blue barrels. And you core out a section of the sand. Then you pop your compost down. And then you put your seed in. So who knows, maybe I will have a mentor to teach me how to do it if he gets in contact. But those are beautiful and they'll taste beautiful as well. And also somebody else came up to me and said, have these as well. Look at them for a set of onions. So we will be having a prize winning dinner today. What I will do with them at the moment, I do not know. But the house is now smelling of parsnip. Beautiful. Look at them. Look how long they go on for. Could use it as a whip. Look at that. Really impressed with these and with the onions. Look at that. You can just about get them on your hands. Ooh. Right, I'm gonna have a cup of tea now, and I'm going to dry off because I'm feeling rather wet. Alright, have a little afternoon tea. Now, in recent weeks, I've been trying out this new tea bag. New to me anyway. I've never heard of it before. Glengettie. Have you ever heard of that? Sounds Scottish, but apparently it's Welsh. So I've been having this, and I quite like it. So who knows? I may be turning my back on Yorkshire. Let's just go for a few more weeks first. Right. It's time for the chop. So I've got these onions. This takes me back. Can you see what I'm doing there? Can you see it? This takes me back, I must say. Back to the days when I used to grow my own veg on a large scale. The preparing of your vegetables for storage. Now for onions, I could just leave them. But what I'm going to do is, I want some of this for my dinner tonight. So I'm going to cut it in half. And keep it in plastic bags in the fridge. Otherwise, it'll just stink the entire fridge out. But the other one, I'm just going to leave because I think it'll be a few weeks before I come around to want to eat it. So I will just leave that on the workbench. Not in full light, not in full darkness. A bit of both. Now, I had some of this for my dinner last night and it was wonderful. So I'm going to freeze the rest of it. I can use at a later date. Now there's probably different ways to do this, but this is the way that I've always done it. A simple way of just chopping it up and putting it in a bag. Nothing cute about it. If I can get in the bag, that is. That, I think that's the... Look how big that is. The thickness on that. Right, how far can I go? We'll certainly have parsnips for months. In fact, I'll try and keep one of these for the Christmas table. It's certainly getting exciting now, thinking about all the seeds to sow. I've ordered my compost. I've also ordered today a wheelbarrow. And who knew how expensive they were? The one I bought is £35, but the average price seemed to be between 60 to 80. Right, how far do I go with this? Maybe down to there. And then the rest is a bit too limp. And there's not a lot you can do with a limp parsnip. Now, I know the books probably tell you to lay this on a tray as individuals, then put it in the freezer, and then put it all in a bag. But to be honest, I can't be bothered. And I've never had any trouble in the past doing the way that I'm doing. But this is true homestead in this. Preparing the vegetables now to see me through the winter. And when my homestead is in full production, then I will have to get a bigger freezer. One thing I've always wanted, I don't know where this has come from, I've always wanted a chest freezer. Oh, the smell of this is stunning. I would suspect this would make an absolutely beautiful parsnip soup. Now, if you wanted to grow something like this, the seed they usually use is something called javelin, or at least that's the one that I've always seen on the show bench. I'm not particularly bothered. I wouldn't mind having a go at a few things for the exhibit table, but the ultimate goal is for the kitchen table. But there's no reason why we can't take the secrets of the top exhibit growers and use them for the home garden, for the home table. Because it's all about getting the best food. And growing your own is the way forward. We keep hearing every year there's going to be shortages with food. It's all about preparing yourself for the future. Get your name down for an allotment. Somebody said to me they were on the allotment waiting list for 6 years. And I said to them, how often do you contact the council? And he said, well, I don't, I just put my name down. So here are a few tips from me on how to jump the allotment waiting list. Go down to the actual allotment site on a Saturday or Sunday, see who's there and have a chat to the secretary. Because if they can put a face to a name, that'll certainly help you. Ask if there's any community days or working party days where you can go and help. And if you come across as being keen and you turn up and you're a part of the group and you want to help out, I guarantee that will help you to get a plot. Because as much as allotment sites are supposed to follow the rules, the majority of them don't. And they run 2 lists. One that the council sends them, and their own for people to turn up at the allotment gate. So become a bit of a nuisance, but be helpful at the same time. But then, when you are given a plot, don't just think you can sit down on your deck chair then. Be a part of the community. Because on those times when you're ill and you can't get there, it's the community that will come forward to help water your plot and things like this. Right, pop that tea bag out. Otherwise it'll get too strong. So this is what I do. I just cut my parsnips. Look at that, 3 large parsnips in a bag. I had some clips somewhere. Okay, can't find them for the time being. So what I'll do is, I'll just fold this over. Take the air out. So this is what I do, and I've never had an issue with it. I then pop it into the freezer, like so, and they're fine. They'll be okay in there now for a few months. Right, so we've done the onions. What do you do with these? They're nice and clean. I might keep these, and when I make my food tonight, I might just chop them up and throw them in. But there's something else it's a very garden heavy video today. I'm trying my best not to turn the channel into a gardening channel, because that's not where I want to take it. It's all about slow living. But my seeds have turned up. You can have a look at them at the same time as me. But I heard something today which I was quite disappointed by. So, all these seeds I bought from Marshall's. I've been a customer of Marshall's since the 80s. And there's nothing better than being sat down of an afternoon with a cup of tea and a bourbon, going through your seed catalogue, circling everything you want to buy. But they phoned me today and they said, we are not doing the catalogues from this day onwards. You can download them off the internet, but we aren't doing them anymore. Which is a shame, but I can understand the reason why. The cost of a stamp now is, what is it now, £1.80 for a first class stamp. So I can understand why they're doing it, but it's a bit of a gardening tradition now that has just died. So all these seeds are things that I'm going to plant, that I'm going to sow in the next month or two. Now, for example, carrots. It says sow till August and it's September, but the weather's been so unpredictable this year, I'm going to take a chance. And a lot of these were only 80p a packet because they need to be used up in the next few months. So the best before date is November, so that's why they're cheap. So I've got carrots. So I'm just going to go through this quickly. Comprehensive list of everything I've bought is on my blog, SeanJamesCameron.com. Red campion. A lot of these flowers now will be sown this month, and they'll grow a little bit and they will look as if they've just stopped growing. But then when the heat starts to come back next spring, they'll shoot into action, and by sowing them now, it will mean we'll have a slightly earlier crop or an earlier flower for next year. Although this one is a sensitive plant, and that's for indoors, so I'll keep that one here. Now, some other things that I've ordered which haven't turned up yet, but they will turn up in about a month's time, are my onions and my shallots. And for me, when you start planting your onions and your shallots, that is certainly the start of the gardening year. If you grow spinach and you have a problem with it going to seed, wait until after the longest day, and it doesn't go to seed if you sow it after the longest day. Also, got some overwintering peas, and another thing that tells me that the autumn is here is when you sow your broad beans. So I've got two varieties, Aquadance Claudia and the Sutton. Now, I can tell by my very fancy clock here that the full moon is coming up. So in the period of the waxing moon, it is the best time for sowing your seeds if you're doing biodynamic gardening. So I will be doing that in the coming weeks. But like I said, I don't want to turn this channel into a gardening channel. So what I'm going to do is, I think the best way forward is, say now for example, in a video I will say to you, today I've just sown my carrot seeds. My carrot seeds are there. And if you want a video going into great detail on how to sow your carrot seed, I'm going to put that onto my second channel, because not a lot of people are interested in the fine minutiae of life. So I'll pop that on there, and this channel is all about slow living and a bit of an overview when it comes to the garden. Oh, it's a pretty exhausting, this slow life, this slow living. Right, I think it's time for a lie down. I'll catch up with you on the next one. So from me until then, bye for now.